Welcome to Complete Mind and Body, where we aim to enlighten the mind, body, and spirit through the power of holistic living. I'm Christine Lucas. Today I have the pleasure of welcoming Jessica Wyman, owner of Rawsome Green Foods. We're going to be discussing the many incredible benefits of drinking wheatgrass juice. We'll show you how to grow it, juice it, and share with you why you should be drinking wheatgrass every day. I'm just so passionate about wheatgrass. I love to start each and every morning with a 2-ounce shot. It's 70% chlorophyll, which is extremely high in oxygen. The brain and all the tissues of the body function most optimally in a highly oxygenated environment. Welcome, Jessica. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in wheatgrass, and a little bit of your background.
I discovered wheatgrass 3 years ago when I went to Hippocrates Health Institute for the first time. I've learned all the benefits of it while I was there, and I'm trying to incorporate it into my life. And so when I got home, I realized there wasn't a lot of places to buy it. So I started growing it on my own, and my boyfriend started to drink it. My mom wanted to drink it, my friends, and slowly but surely, Rawsome Green Foods has gotten pretty big.
And everybody wants wheatgrass
Yes.
now. Awesome. So what are some of the benefits of drinking wheatgrass juice?
I would say one of the top benefits is it helps us get the greens that we need in our diet. It actually, 2 ounces of wheatgrass is 12.5 pounds of organic vegetables.
12.5 pounds?
I know. It's really surprising.
Wow. And it's also a wonderful detoxifier, and it's incredible for the intestines to promote healthy intestinal bacteria.
That, and it's fantastic for weight loss.
We love that.
Yes, it's a good appetite suppressant. It also is full of nutrients and active live enzymes, so your body knows exactly what to do with them.
And I know for me, I love to have a shot of wheatgrass right after a workout because it's full of so many amino acids. And I've even read that a 2-ounce shot of wheatgrass has 12 grams of protein. Is that right?
That is right. You know, when you're working out, your body gets depleted of a lot of the nutrients because it's trying to heal your muscles. And wheatgrass is a fantastic blood builder. So after you work out, the best thing that you can do is have a shot of wheatgrass.
So if somebody wanted to grow wheatgrass, could they do it on their own? How would we do that?
Absolutely. I can show you if you'd like.
Awesome. Let's do it.
So Christine, what I brought today was 2 trays. One I put an inch of soil on the bottom, and one I leave empty to cover it when I'm finished. And I brought hard wheat berries.
Now, would you soak those first, or how does that work?
Yes, you'd want to soak them overnight first,
Okay.
12 hours, and then you drain them and let them sit and germinate for another about 24 hours.
And that's so that the enzymes can be more available once you grow the wheatgrass?
Yes, and it helps germinate the seed.
Great.
And so what you do is you just want to pour the wheatgrass evenly on the soil. You want them to touch, but you don't want them to overlap because you want them to be able to breathe when they're growing. You just want to make sure you get it in all the corners, especially the edges. Okay. All right, that looks like it's a good amount. And then you want to push them down into the soil so that the root system can be strong. And then you place this on top and you push it down. And in about 3 days, the grass grows and it pushes it right off. And you can you flip the cover over like this, and it grows for 2 more days like this because you don't want too much sun to reach it because they're babies.
So indirect sunlight?
Indirect sunlight is most important. And then you take it off, and in about 2 more days, you let it grow in direct sunlight, and you water it once a day. You don't want to overwater your wheatgrass, very important. And then you're ready to cut it. When it's 6 to 8 inches, it has to be yay high.
About 6 to 8 inches.
Yes.
And so then there's also the question, a lot of people are concerned about gluten, which comes from wheat, being in their wheatgrass. So can you clarify this a little bit for us?
Yes, actually, that is a really common question. And the difference between the wheat, a wheat berry, as opposed to the grass is still a vegetable until it grows, and it grows into a second blade, and when the other stem can come up, and then it starts developing wheat. Before that, it's still a vegetable and not a grain.
And also, I know personally when I've grown wheatgrass, it seems like the shorter that it is that you cut the wheatgrass, the sweeter that the wheatgrass is.
It is. That is very true. I've noticed the first time I tried wheatgrass, it wasn't sweet, and I didn't think I liked wheatgrass, actually. And then I went to Hippocrates, and they grew it, and they showed me their greenhouse, and I was amazed at how sweet it was.
Yeah, and I also think it's important to understand that when you begin drinking wheatgrass, it may seem bitter to you at first, but the cleaner that your body gets, the sweeter that the wheatgrass actually becomes.
That is very true. Your body gets acclimated to it.
So here we have a single auger juicer.
And what it does is you put the wheatgrass in head first,
which is the top of it,
and you push it down. So the auger system twists the grass and squeezes all the juice that was inside of the grass out. And so it squeezes the juice, and the juice comes into this tray, and the pulp comes into this tray.
And I've heard that the pulp is amazing. Even if you have a little cut and you put this under a Band-Aid, it'll help your cut heal faster.
It does, and my daughter has found that when she gets mosquito bites, she puts some of the pulp on it and it stops the itching.
I wish I knew that before.
I wish I knew that when I was a kid.
Yeah. And also, sometimes if your juicer produces a lot of foam, you can actually use that foam right on your face, and it's a wonderful mask.
It is, and I've read and tried that you can put it on your scalp, and it helps promote hair growth, and it also helps with the itchy scalp.
Nice. So you see, wheatgrass isn't just an internal, it doesn't just contain internal benefits, but it's also great for the outer body.
Yes, it is.
So I know I've heard that it's best to drink wheatgrass within 30 minutes of juicing the wheatgrass. Now, if you are providing wheatgrass for customers, how do you retain the integrity of the wheatgrass after, say, about a week?
That's a really good question. So what we do is we juice it and we put it right into the containers, and we put the containers right into the flash freezer, so there's no oxidation process. And what that does is it crystallizes it almost immediately, so it starts holding in all the nutrients without them dying.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you don't want keep them in your freezer forever, but you can keep them in there for about 2 weeks.
Right. And can you test it to see, or have you done any testing with the wheatgrass to make sure that the enzymes are still intact?
We have, actually. I bought a microscope, and I wanted to see what the cell movement looked like after I juiced it the first time. And so I juiced it, and I put it right under the slide, and I got to see all the cell vibrations and see how alive it was. And then I let it sit for 5 minutes, and I tested it again, and 5, 10, 15, 20, and after about 30 minutes, you can tell that the wheatgrass is slowly dying. So, and then I put it in my regular freezer, thinking that I could preserve it that way, but unfortunately I found that it doesn't taste the same, and the cell activity is not the same. So then we purchased a flash freezer, and we put it in the flash freezer, and it's just the same as when you just juiced it.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is.
So as you can see, wheatgrass really is one of the healthiest foods on the planet, and it's so simple to get into your everyday diet. If you're in the Boston North Shore area and you want to place an order with Jessica, simply go to www.rossumgreenfoods.com. So whether you juice it yourself, get it from a cafe, or have someone like Jessica juice it for you and flash freeze it, we believe, and I think you'll agree, it's one of the best things you can do for yourself. So thank you so much, Jessica. I have Jessica Wyman from Rossum Green Foods, and thank you for sharing all of your wonderful knowledge about wheatgrass. And I hope everybody goes out there and starts drinking wheatgrass.
Me too.
Cheers.
Cheers.